What's in the dash? When you think about your life, what comes to mind? The big moments, the milestones, the highlights? Or is it the ordinary, uncounted hours that make up the bulk of your time? For most of us, it's the former. We remember the weddings, the graduations, the promotions. But what about the dash on a gravestone, the time between those milestones? The Stoics had a different perspective on this. They believed that a life is not its highlights, but its texture. The everyday moments, the ordinary hours, these are what make up the fabric of our lives. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. But why do we focus so much on the milestones and so little on the ordinary hours? Part of the reason is that the milestones are easy to remember. They're the peaks, the high points, the things that stand out. The ordinary hours, on the other hand, are just that ordinary. They blend together, they're easily forgotten. And yet, it's precisely these ordinary hours that make up the bulk of our lives. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The way we spend our ordinary hours, the way we respond to the everyday challenges and frustrations, this is what shapes us. This is what makes us who we are. So how can we start to focus more on the ordinary hours and less on the milestones? One way is to practice mindfulness, to pay attention to the present moment without judgment. As Seneca wrote, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Another way is to reframe our thinking about time. Instead of seeing the milestones as the most important things, we can start to see the ordinary hours as the most valuable. As the Stoics would say, the present moment is the only moment available to us. But this is not always easy. It's hard to let go of our expectations, our desires for the big moments, the highlights. It's hard to focus on the ordinary, the everyday. And yet, it's precisely this focus that can bring us a sense of peace, a sense of contentment. As we go about our daily lives, it's worth asking ourselves, how am I spending the dash? Am I focusing on the milestones, or am I paying attention to the ordinary hours? Am I living in the present, or am I caught up in expectations and desires for the future? The dash on a gravestone is not just a symbol of the time between milestones. It's a reminder that our lives are made up of the ordinary, the everyday. And it's in these moments, these hours, that we find the texture of our lives, the meaning that makes it all worthwhile. As Marcus Aurelius said, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. So let's make the most of the dash, of the ordinary hours that make up our lives. Let's focus on the present. Let's pay attention to the everyday moments. For it's in these moments, these hours, that we find the true meaning of our lives.